Welcome to another Emory episode and Mercy Moment, coming to you guys in the middle of my day on my lunch break. And man, I know what it's like to feel oppressed and hard pressed on every side. Truly, in the last year and a half, through the circumstances we've faced, but also in the transition home. I never anticipated it would be so difficult to take her home, and the responsibility, the things that I can't explain, you can only experience. If you've never walked through something like this, it's very difficult to explain the gravity of what Kimberly and I are dealing with 24-hour care around the clock, constantly having eyes on Emory. And people may say, oh yeah, well I have a baby and I do that. However, she's still on life support technically, friends. To be square with you, she's still on a ventilator. She's still trached. She still hasn't eaten by mouth. There's a lot of obstacles still against her, and making it home is great. We're thankful for that. However, it's been heavy. Oh my gosh, the burden, the stress, the pressure, and the lack of rest has been unbearable at points. And Kimberly came down with a very severe migraine, seeing black spots, her vision blurred, scary as all get out, scary as hell, to be blunt with you. It really scared me. I had to take off from work. Our nurse was out with the flu. We got zero rest this weekend, zero rest, just it's difficult, friends, when I work all week and have a lot going on and then zero rest for the weekend. That was hard. And it's just what Kimberly bears every day. She has given so much in this journey, and much continues to be demanded of her. This has not gotten easier by any bit. It's gotten 10 times harder, because the reality is we took her home, but we didn't take home the whole medical staff. It all fell on us. And yes, we have home nursing, but we have to have a level 4 nurse at all times. So it's hard to find in the home health care. Those who are in it understand. Those who are in this predicament, as we are, it's extremely difficult. And seeing my best friend, Kimberly, suffer in that way, friends, oh my goodness, that was extremely difficult, and it wore on my soul. The stress is ungodly and just unreal. The pressure of this situation and trying to find help, because it feels like we're drowning. Physically, we're reaching our threshold. That migraine is just a symbiotic reality of where Kim is at. Her body is on overload and overdrive constantly. And the pressures are just mounting. This picture is dark, and it feels just that gasping for air. Like, it is heavy as hell. And I know many of you can relate to me in your own situation. What you're going through, what you're walking through, just seems to be mounting and building. The pressures are multiplying. The pressures are just exuding and growing at rapid pace. The sorrow within is deep, and the isolation is real. I know many face similar emotions, so I wanted to reach out in this place of pain, in this place of severe heaviness, of just feeling overwhelmed by the severity of this trial, in it continuing 18 plus months now, and no end in sight. There's no silver lining, there's no answers. And it seems in this place, it's like, Father, deliver me. Meet me in this place of brokenness. Meet me in this place of pressure. And I've stepped away from the busyness in a quiet spot, and I'm so thankful I did. And I've been taking in Psalm 62, As I'm in this place and looking at David's example, a man who was pursued for years, a man who was hunted, a man who knew isolation, who knew suffering, who knew sorrow at a deep level, he wrote, "For God alone, O my soul, wait in silence, for my hope is from him." My hope is not in my circumstances. If David's hope was in his circumstances, he would have drowned. But he continues, he says, "He only," keyword only, "is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be shaken. On God rests my salvation and my glory." On him rests my salvation, my glory. He only is my rock. I hear so many people today say about their spouse, about their husband and wife, "Oh, they're my rock," or "a good friend." They're going to let you down, friends. Just saying it how it is. There's only one who's a rock, immovable, secure, and steadfast, and that is the Lord Jesus. He only is my rock. And he knows my pain. He sees my agony. He sees you in your place of isolation, of infirmity, of pain and sorrow. He sees, and he is near. My word for this year is so critical to this season. He is near. And it feels, as it's been snowing, crazy weather today, a lot of snow. It feels just like the song by Hillsong that just recently came out. In the very beginning it says, "Like a seed in the snow, I have been buried to grow. From seed to sequoia, the process and the purpose behind the pain." I feel that. I feel in the snow, in the cold, in the agony of winter. That is where I am. But I know I've been buried to grow, and I'm excited about what he has, and I just want to proclaim that. I'm so excited what he's doing through this, the million things behind the scenes that I can't see, and I'm going to speak faith because I believe in my King. He has never failed me, and he never will. Jesus is faithful, and he is faithful in your situation, friend. You are not abandoned. Let me continue with David's words here in Psalm 62. So on him my glory rests and my salvation. I know he's going to come through. I'm excited for what he's doing. My mighty rock, my refuge is God. Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before him. He is a refuge. God is a refuge for us. I love how David makes this so personal. God is my refuge. For you alone my soul waits. But then it reaches out, and I love this pattern. And this is what I'm doing here. I know who my King is. I know he is steadfast, immovable, he is faithful, and he is sure. And I know he's going to work all of it for my highest good. I don't see it. It only seems to be getting worse from what I can see in the physical. However, I know through the eyes of faith, he is doing things I can't see, and I'm going to proclaim that. I'm going to shout that because I have hope. God alone is my hope. He alone is my rock and my salvation. So take this exhortation to heart with me, friends. Trust in him at all times. No caveats, no exceptions. At all times, O people, pour out your heart before him. Be real. Work through these things. Father, I feel so alone. Father, I feel so oppressed. I feel so heavy. Be real with him. God is a refuge for us. Take heart, friends. The pain has purpose. And just as the foundation of this journey, as I memorized and preached to myself, Paul said very clearly, these light and momentary afflictions are producing an eternal glory that far outweighs it all. So I fix my eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Therefore we do not lose heart, though outwardly we waste away. Inwardly we're being renewed day by day. There's new mercy. He is here. He is near. And let's draw from that new mercy, friends. And let's pour out our hearts and let's trust. No matter how dark it gets, no matter how much mounts up against, may we, through our lives declare his resurrection through our hope that is immovable.